Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you guys having actually Jeep Compass, Jeep Patriot or Dodge Dart. What's common between those? The 6-speed automatic transmission that they use. If you have one of those and you want to know how often I should change my transmission oil and why, okay, to change it, stay with us, we'll explain that, and we will explain why sometimes you need to change it up to 3 times, guys, okay, to make sure everything's good. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these absolutely free videos for you. If you need to buy any parts, tools, transmission fluid for a really good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below and you can see where you can get all the tools and parts from for amazing price, guys, and you can save quite a bit of money. This is the transmission. Now, fun fact about that transmission: this transmission is not built and designed by Chrysler Jeep Dodge Corporation. It's actually a Hyundai transmission. Yes, you heard that right. This is a Hyundai transmission and it's been used on almost any Hyundai from year 2009 to currently to year 2022. So it's called, Hyundai calls it the A6 MF1, Dodge Jeep Chrysler call it 6F24, guys. Practically the same transmission. And most Hyundais, okay, if you check their manual, it will say that you need to change the fluid quite often. We'll talk about that in a second. This is the transmission fluid. Watch how nasty it is. Okay, check out the contamination inside, guys. The swirls, that means that we have clutches, okay, wearing out on the inside. You will constantly have some wear and tear when you drive your vehicle. You have metal shavings from moving parts, bearings, teeth, okay, gears and stuff like that. Check it out. There is quite a bit right here on the oil drain plug. That's why it's important to change it quite often. In addition, when it passes certain time, the fluid will lose its lubricating properties and that will start causing more wear and tear. And when you have all that contamination and deposits in the transmission, that fine dust from the clutches and metal parts, it will start accumulating in the valve body, which can plug up. It can cause chaotic transmission shifts, hard shifts, kicking. When changing gears, kind of like you feel like the car is kicking back. Also, it could be slipping. Because of that, it can make the solenoids dirty as well, guys. They can start malfunctioning. So many things can go wrong. So it's very important to change it often. And when you change it, often change it with original fluid. This is my advice. Why? Because we had problems with the Mazda that didn't use original fluid and almost devastated the transmission, almost destroyed it. So after we flushed it 3 times, okay, with original fluid, the transmission was like brand new again. Also, if you have some problems, you can use Lucas transmission additive. That can help sometimes as well. Why you need to change the transmission fluid sometimes up to 3 times? Because when you drain it from the oil drain plug right there, sometimes you will get only about half of the fluid out. The other half is still in the transmission. So if you change it that way and you drive it for another, let's say 50 to 100 miles, and you change it the second time, it means you got about, okay, at that point about 75% of the fluid changed. And let's say you drain it again and you change it 3rd time, at that point you got about 80 to 90%, 85 to 90% of the transmission changed, transmission fluid. So that way you can ensure that you have nice fresh fluid and it will flush after the first 2 times. Everything will come out. I would recommend to remove, not just draining it, but to remove the oil pan, okay? And by removing the oil pan, you have quite a bit of leaking out here as well, and you can wipe everything because you can see all the stuff that we have here that deposited in that transmission as well, guys. How often you need to change it? According to the Hyundai manual for that specific transmission, most manual says 50,000 miles. I do it between 40 and 60,000 depending if I drive more city or highway. If it's on the highway, most of the miles, I go about 60. If it's city driving, I go about 40,000 miles. But always consult with your manual about specific fluid and when to change it. But for the Hyundai transmission, actually that's what I recommend it. So and this transmission is designed by Hyundai practically, guys. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.